Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of FTB Evolution on the FTOG server. I'm here in Fracture Industries today because I did Mechanism. And that's not an exaggeration. I did the whole chapter. See how it's green here? It's done. The only things not clicked are these optional ore processing, which I am going to select because they come with rewards. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect it to do that the whole time. We're definitely lowering the volume of that in post, but yeah, whole chapter. And I'm just gonna accept these real quick and I will tell you if we get anything cool. Alright, here's the loot. We got some random materials, building stuff, we got some random power generators, we got a robot, a jetpack, and a flamethrower. That sounds fun. We got some energy cubes. Those will be useful later. We got some laser turrets. Not sure what I'm going to do with those. And some upgrades and pipes. So, nothing too special. We could have made most of this ourselves, but we don't need to now. Now comes the fun part where I explain all of this to you. So, let's start on this side. We have a bunch of stuff for manipulating chemicals. I haven't used those too much. But if you look in there, there's some deuterium. That's a spoiler for things to come. We have here the energized smelter and the precision sawmill, which is this cuts wood better, and this smelt stuff. Not too complicated. Then we have the core 4 machines. We have the metallurgic infuser for making all the alloys and circuits and stuff. We have an enrichment chamber for making fuels better, for making materials better when we put them in there, and also getting dusts. We have the osmium compressor for making refined glowstone and obsidian, and we have the crusher. We have the crusher makes dust. Enrichment chamber doesn't make dust. The crusher makes dust. So there's those 4 machines. Next, we have the complicated chemical machines like the pressurized reaction chamber, oh boy, lagging a bit on the GUIs here. Okay, that was weird, just got timed out of the server for some reason. Everyone's coming back in. Anyway, as I was saying, pressurized reaction chamber, which can turn a liquid, a gas, and an object, or an item, into another item with some gas or liquid byproduct. We have the electrolytic separator, which can separate a liquid into 2 component parts, like water into hydrogen and oxygen. And then we have the rotary condensator, which will basically turn things from liquid to gas or gas to liquid, depending on how you have it set up. With this switch here. Or not. Oh, lagging a bit. This is weird. We have our cell with power gate here. Looks like we might be lagging still. One moment. Okay, I think we're back. Having some issues today. Yeah, power cell with ultimate upgraded power pipes. These are going to become not feasible at some point. I don't think they can just run power fast enough. I have this water set up here. So if I need to run water into the separator or the reaction chamber, I can. And then there's this whole setup. So I'm just going to try and explain this best I can. These are thermal evaporation vats. If we pump water in here, I don't have it on right now, I have it off, but let's turn it on. So water turns into brine when you evaporate it with heat. And the heaters are over here, powered, resistive, so that means they're using power. This is actually broken right now. So let me look in tools here and turn this on like it should be. So we have the brine, water to brine. We then throw the brine into another thing and it evaporates to lithium. The lithium we can then pump out. For some reason, the fluid pipes don't like these things. I might have to get some different pipes because they keep resetting their connections. So how that works, you pump it out to the rotary condensator, and then if we turn this on, it will turn it into a lithium gas, right? Yeah. I can't remember what controls I have to do. Lithium gas, which we then pump directly into this chemical crystallizer, which turns it into lithium dust. And lithium dust is important for something I will get to in a minute, but also, these are my random chemicals. We have oxygen, an empty tank, hydrogen, and deuterium. Now, at this point, you may be wondering, what does Mekanism contribute to the Fracture Co. mission? I'm actually going to turn this off right now. And what this setup gives to the Fracture Co. mission is two things. First off, the use of this deuterium. This deuterium is created, this is a gas. The rule in Mekanism, if it doesn't say liquid, it's a gas. Liquid deuterium is made in the okay, which one is it? How do we make this? Deuterium, yes. Electrolytic separator turns into deuterium and oxygen. From heavy water, which we get by putting a pump on a water source. I had that set up. I don't have it anymore. But this is then used with tritium, which is created by putting lithium gas in a solar neutron activator. Not sure how this works chemically, but it does. And then you use this to make DT fuel. And this, you can liquid condensate into liquid DT fuel. This is useful in the fusion reactor to make power, I think, from Mekanism generators. But the use I have for it is that it is 5,000 degrees in below the thermogenerator, and for reference, lava is 1K. Second is this lithium dust, which is used to create pieces for something called an induction matrix, which I will show you over here in our power plant. So you'll notice all the stuff is gone, and we now just have this nice, clean battery. So the lithium is used to make those green components, which can be upgraded, as with anything in Mekanism. So what this thing is a modular power source, or power storage, with a capacity of 3.2 giga-FE, I think. I don't know exactly how much that is, because I could, but I don't do the math right now. And the DT fuel is down here, and this is producing 10,000 FE per tick per generator directly into our battery, which is currently full. On this side of the battery, with an output port into our player transmitter directly, and the right side goes into our nitro cell, and I also have the nitro cell set up to blast the power orb, which I realized can do the whole input-out thing with one node. We don't have to do that complicated setup thing there. So yeah, that's the main benefit of Mekanism in this particular playthrough of the pack is power. Those require a ridiculous amount of resources to upgrade because they're 4-to-1 pyramid type thing. So I need 64 of these to make an ultimate one, and each of those costs energy tablets, which are a ridiculous amount of resources to make, so I'll work on that off camera. But I also wanted to show you this cool thing. So, the robot. If we put down the charging pad anywhere, we can place on it the robot. And if we click the robot, we have a crafting table, a chest, a smelter, a repairer, and we can rename it. So drop names for our robot in the comments. We can change the appearance. I think there's some different skins. I like this one. We can teleport it back to the charging pad, and we can make it follow us. Like, come on, little robot. And then we can also make it pick up drops if we want it. These gauge droppers are used to move stuff around in Mekanism tanks. So pick that up. You got it? Let's check his inventory. He got it. Nice. So this guy can follow around, or I can teleport him back to his charging pad, which will set following to false. So this guy is basically a traveling crafting station that we can get to follow us, but I don't really want him to follow us around because he'll just be an entity. And also, normally the charging pad would have to be hooked up to stuff, but because we have that player transmitter, we can just pick up the robot and put it in our inventory and it will charge. So now we have a travelable, we already had a crafting station, but now we have a furnace and an anvil and a little portable chest. And for the next segment of the episode, I want to show you some progress reports on some stuff. So I moved the teleporter down here. Still teleports us back here, but Fracture Industries now teleports into the power room. So let's head back. I made a target dummy. I'm starting to play with computers. I'll show you that at some point in the future. But if we head outside... First off, I want to show you where Mystical Agriculture is. I made a second plot for just Inferium seeds, so that's going okay. And I made 45 Supremium... I don't know if I have access to show them right now, but I have 45 Supremium growth accelerators, which is probably primarily why I made that. And those are all below the netherite seeds. So the netherite seeds are growing at a much faster rate than everyone else. I currently have 2,000. You can go away. And that is for a specific reason, and I'm going to remove the growth accelerators once I have enough netherite. So if I look in the episode prep, we have here our remaining seeds. I did get some sulfur from doing mechanism, so I made the sulfur seeds. And then we have this Fargo's Talismans prep here. So these are made with a netherite ingot. These are made with a netherite block, and they are used in something with 4 netherite blocks. Insane. I believe I need just over 10,000 netherite essence still, and that's in addition to the probably 5,000 I've already used. But if we look at the quest line here, I've done the math, and accounting for the talismans we already have, this will be exactly as many bases as we need to craft just the remaining talismans, forces, and all of that kind of stuff. And that's not accounting for any lower level talismans used in the creation of higher level ones, like this diamond here. Come on, open up. There we go. The diamond talisman is made with 2 iron talismans. So that's not even accounting for that. But once that is all done, I just need to collect, let's say, this stuff to make this. So I basically just have to wait for just over 10,000 more netherite essence. And then I can start making the talismans, and we become very, very powerful. And if you're wondering where I got this abominable energy, I killed a lot of wardens. Which leads me to the next update, the Mob Lab. So I did, as you can see, get the More Hearts 2 gene. You need to have the More Hearts 1 gene injected already, and then you can put in 2. So I got that. We're into blue hearts. But there's this. I showed you this last episode. Currently, I have the Snow Golem running, just to level it up a bit, because I don't want to make almost 300 Snow Golems and kill them. I have the loot from here feeding into here, so we have some Snow Golem predictions, some generalized overworld predictions. That's fine. The loot fabricator, let me show you the loot fabricator. We can plug this in here. Let's make some frozen cores. And then that'll just use power and make frozen cores for us. Pretty cool. Where our models sit, I have all of these are self-aware. I put them into the mob farm and made them. We have, let's see, Wilden, Blaze, Chicken, Cow, Creeper, Enderman, Evoker, Ghast, Glow Squid, Mushroom, Phantom, Pig, Polar Bear, Rabbit, Sheep, Shulker, Skeleton, Slime, spider, squid, vindicator, wither skeleton, zombie, and zombified piglet. And then, not self-aware, we have the wither, the warden, the iron golem, cod, breeze, and hoglet. And then I have 7 left. Let's see if I can remember on camera what those are. So I am still missing the bat, I am missing the drowned, the elder guardian, the ender dragon, I am missing a guardian, I'm missing the magma cube, and I am missing the... where is it? Witch. So some of those will just take some hunting, but it won't be too hard. And then we'll have self-aware models of them all. Not that I really need them right now, because a lot of the loot for those things is actually faster to just run through this, because I don't remember what I have it set up for. I think it's Wilden right now, isn't it? So let me show you how fast this thing is. Just as a reminder. Oh, go away. We're getting Wilden drops at a much faster rate than the loot fabricator could ever give us. So I imagine there's probably a couple things, like the snow golem actually, if we need those frozen core things. Because I don't have a snow golem spawn egg. But otherwise, most of our mob loot is going to come from this. So, as we wrap up this episode, I just wanted to play some Tetris while I ask a question. What is the next thing you want me to work on? And I'm not just gonna give you no options. There's a couple things that I have options for. One, we could go explore another dimension. 2, we can work on tech. I have a couple tech mods I could work on. Or 3, I can start getting into AE and get our storage upgraded to digital. Yeah. So, maybe drop a comment, or I might also make a community post with a poll in it, so maybe keep your eyes peeled for that. So I'm gonna do one of those things. Or if you have a 4th option that you think would be interesting to see, drop that as well. I'm kind of just waiting on a couple projects to resolve right now, like the Fargo's thing. But in the meantime, we have a couple options. So, let me know what you think. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Bit shorter today, but I accomplished a lot pretty quick. So, we'll come back next episode with a new plan, while we wait for netherite. So yeah, thanks for watching. FractureCo thanks you. Later.